Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're gonna do something really fun. Y'all have seen the Fight Club decks before with Golgari, but what if we add in Throne? Roaming Throne. And honestly, not just that, but a lot of other cool cards that we couldn't play in the older version. I just realized I said the term Fight Club, and some of you may not even know what that is. Well, it starts with Phyrexian Obliterator. This card's actually really cool. It's a 5/5 for 4 black mana. Now, we are going to be playing multiple colors, but we have a lot of ways to get black mana. But the big thing about this is you need ways for it to be able to fight things so that your opponent loses some cards. That's the whole goal, right? We want them to lose permanents. So that leads us to Bushwhack. Bushwhack is good because we do have multicolor green-black lands, which means we could tap this and go find another swamp, which is nice to make it easier to cast that Phyrexian Obliterator. But it does just let stuff fight, which is pretty good because we do also have some things with Death Touch and Lifelink, and that's going to come into play too. Additionally, we do have Tail Swipe, so if we want to get tricky, we could do this as an instant in some cases and get a little extra value out of it that way, which could be kind of nice. So we like having this too, but it gives us a few different options that we can do the fighting with. Now, Roaming Throne comes into play because we'll talk about some other cards here in a second, but particularly the Obliterator, that if we just have it copy Phyrexian abilities, well now, whenever it triggers to have your opponent lose permanents, they're going to lose multiple permanents. This also works with things like Glissa. Glissa is a triggered ability after it deals damage, and then we're able to draw another card, destroy multiple enchantments. That's pretty sweet, and Glissa is just a good card anyway. And having Death Touch is also very important because we can use that with the Tail Swipe and Bushwhack as well. Also, Vran is really cool because if we have something die, then we gain 2 life, your opponent loses 2 life. But if we have a Roaming Throne, then that becomes 4 life each way. So then it makes Vran a thing they almost have to kill, which is pretty sweet. And we get something like Shieldred because for the obvious reasons, if your opponent's losing for a turn and you're gaining for a turn, that's pretty sweet. And we're going to play Mishra, claimed by Gix. 1 copy, but this is just fun that if we get it late, every time you attack, the gain life, lose life is multiplied. So that's actually pretty sweet. And we have Vorinclex. Not that we're going to do a lot with it. We're only going to play 3 or 4 actual forest anyway, but it's just the fact of the matter that we can actually just have another big body. And this also serves as a way to get another Obliterator into play potentially. So don't mind that at all. We're also going to play Glissa, Herald of Predation, because we can use these abilities multiple times. That's actually really good. Also, before we finish the deck, I need to give you a quick word from my sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. Y'all should go buy cards there because they support us.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of this channel. And you can show your support while getting 5% off your entire order by using promo code DRAGON at checkout. Need singles for constructed or kitchen table play? Looking to pick up sealed product or the latest in Magic accessories? We've got you covered. CoolStuffInc.com is the place for all your Magic the Gathering needs. And support this channel by using promo code DRAGON at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, and just wrapping stuff up here just to make sure that we can still get to the later stage of the game, we're going to be playing some Phyrexian Fleshgorger. This is really good just as a 3/3 early creature, or later it's a big 7/5. But we're also going to play Virtue of Persistence, which works really well with Phyrexian Fleshgorger because now we can get it back into play as a 7/5, which is actually super nice. We're also going to fill in with stuff like Cankerbloom. Even though this doesn't really work with Roaming Throne, it is a Phyrexian, and it's a way for us to deal with artifacts and enchantments. So fills a few gaps and gives us a blocker against mono red if we feel we need it. But yeah, those are going to be the majority of the cards we're going to be playing in the deck today. As always, if you want the full deck list, it'll be at the end of the video, or you can go to the description down below, look for the blue arrows, it'll take you to a Moxfield link where you can get this deck list, and a bunch of other cool stuff you can play in Standard. But for now though, let's go see if this Phyrexian and his new buddies still rule the Fight Club. Oh man, this hand's going to be really, really slow. Yeah, I guess so. We're going to have to draw something off the top, unfortunately. That is not quite going to get us there. Though there's an argument, I could have bushwhacked to go find another basic, since I'm not going to play anything till 3 anyway, and I could have just played this tapped on 2. Alright. We found something to help us out a little bit. Maybe. Wow, they didn't have a removal card either. Interesting. Not sure what they're playing here, then. Got it. This is probably just the black-white artifact deck. Huh. That changes things then. I'm not totally sure what I want to do here. I guess I want to go with this. I don't want to run Shieldred out just yet. Because I feel like that's just setting ourselves up for failure. We don't want that. Like, the first sweeper is going to come. We lose a couple things next week. Oh, wait. That's not what this is at all. That's peculiar. Dare I say mildly concerning? What are we doing with this then? I mean, okay. Like, now I'm a little confused. I don't know what we should be doing here. I'm just going to play it safe, I guess? I mean, neither of these creatures die in this combat. We drain the opponent. Okay. Maybe I could have just Vorinclex there. Would have been okay. Another Evangelist. Alright. Seems all fine and good. Didn't draw a land, which I was kind of hoping for to play Vorinclex here. So now I attack. I could kill their stuff, leave them with 2 bodies. Or what's the other option? Really not much else, to tell you the truth. Okay. We'll just attack with this. There's a chance they block with everything. Nope, they didn't want to. Okay, so do they want these to turn into 1/1s? Is that their thing? Alright, I'm at least going to do this. So this gets us mana to put us closer to a Flesh Gorger, which is fine. And we haven't played a land this turn. I could Bushwhack something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6 mana next turn. I don't know that we need to, though. But I might anyway. I don't know what they're up to, why they didn't block, which is the only reason I'm doing this. Is like, I don't know if they're planning on getting some extra value here somehow. So if I can disrupt that a little bit, it makes sense. Alright, Eternal Wanderer, sure. Alright. Opponent, you just left your Planeswalker wide open. You know that, right? Because I am definitely going to attack her. In case you were curious. And since I can, I might as well just kill this. I can still sit on the Bushwhack. Actually, I'd probably rather save the instant speed one and just use this. Because we don't need to search for... Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I don't think we'll need to search for other lands. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Oh, wait. Yeah. This is fine. And play that. And end the turn. Oh, they're going to kill our creature land. How sad. A Revelry. Sure, they do get cards and life. So they get 2/3 of the value they could have gotten there. So this is weird. It's like just a control deck that happened to be playing the Evangelist, I guess. I'm not totally sure on what's going down, but I'm here for it, I guess. Alright, let's get a swamp. Wedding announcement. Okay. You got it, friend. Oh, that's very interesting. Well, that kind of sort of changes what we wanted to do. Ah, dang. Now do we go for the Virtue of Persistence or not? I think... I think I'm going to wait. Because this feels like a situation where they still might, like, play Farewell or something. And I'd like to wait on that if possible. Just trying to think. This lets me fight something I don't control. So I can't use this to get rid of this if they play another Eternal Wanderer. So that's a little tough. Yeah, alright. I thought about just using the Virtue of Persistence there to kill something, but I kind of would rather them... Okay, there's a Sunfall. Not a huge surprise. So we won't be able to kill their wedding announcement now, which is sad. Alright, let's go Phyrexian, and let's just go big here. Alright, you got it. We need an Obliterator. Actually, Obliterator wouldn't even do that much right now. They'd lose like 4 land, probably. Alright, they're going to Sunfall again. This is good, though, because it feels like they're at least on the back foot a little bit. Use that now. Sounds good to me. Alright, pass the turn. Another Evangelist. Alright, you got it. Interesting that they're playing that and playing Sunfall. This deck doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not totally sure what's even happening, but hey, to each their own. Why would you... Oh, you probably have your own Virtue. Yeah, whatever. It comes through. That's not worth fighting over. Don't want to kill anything with the Tail Swipe there. Ah, I got a free Tail Swipe. I should have. If I'd have known there was that much value, I would have done it. Though I should have cracked the food. That's a real thing. This is only during my turn. During our main phase on our turn that we get the +1. Alright. I'm not going to attack and let them block down a Shieldred, because that's just silly. Sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's fine. They can kill my Shieldred after the fact. Now that we have a Virtue, we can possibly just get it out of the yard anyway. Do I want to block something here? I say 5, 6. We just take 7. See what they got. Yep. I assumed it was something like that. Oh, but they had a Virtue of Loyalty there. Alright, we're dead. There's nothing here we're going to be able to get. We can get a Shieldred. Well, okay. Cankerbloom might be too late, but... Actually, no. Cankerbloom is fine, actually, here. Because we can kill a flyer. We can still gain life from food. Well, this is okay. Like, not great by any stretch, but, you know, reasonable. We can still do some things with this. We could get Vorinclex back. Actually, we can get a Mishra back. Okay. There's some stuff happening here. We could work with this. In the turn. And even better if we could top deck a Throne after getting Mishra back in or something. Like, there's some fun stuff we could possibly get away with. Man, Cankerbloom might turn out to be clutch here. Seriously. But we will be in a weird situation of, like, dueling Virtue of Persistence, so I don't love that, but meh. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. We have to sack the Cankerbloom so they can only choose our Obliterator, our Shieldred. Let's see. For each player, choose a creature that player controls each player. Okay. Alright. Alright. So we got what we wanted out of that. Let's destroy target enchantment. Alright. So now they have to choose to keep us with the Shieldred. Interesting that they didn't keep the 5/5. Yeah, we take it. Gain some life. Gain some life. Then we'll gain some more life. Go to our graveyard. We'll get back. This feels like it might be Vorinclex time. There's only one more forest to get. That doesn't suck, though. All right, cool. Woo. Let's keep it. Oh boy, this is a matchup where we absolutely want Obliterators if we can find them. Question is, will we have enough time? Okay, it's a Topiary Stomper, not a 6/6, so that at least maybe gives us time, though it could mean we're going to be staring at a big dragon next turn too, so that's not much better. But it's something. Alright, let's cast a Roaming Throne, and then next turn get Obliterator. That's what we need here. Oh! Okay, alright. We might go for the Gusto next turn. Man, if they play a Tali... Alright, Carnosaur is good enough. We can remove 14 permanents. That'd be great. Oh, it might be more than that. Might be more than that. Come on, be something good. Be something good. I've never rooted for the opponent to get their best thing ever. But now we have it. Question is, does the opponent have 14 permanents? We're just going to take 5. I am not interested in blocking here. Alright, opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to get everything they have, y'all. All of it. Unless they're able to protect a creature here. I don't think they are, though. Alright, here we go. This is going to fight the 8/8. This is so sick. This is so sick. We're going to get all their things. Yep. So they got to sack 8 twice. And then the other one goes off. Opponent has nothing. Attack for 4. Sick. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to feel better in that when your opponent even fires off, gets Carnosaur fight rigging on the same turn to get another Carnosaur into a Hammer Skull, and you just wipe everything out. That's awesome. Oh, no. Damn. I think we have to mulligan this. Not doing anything till 4 is pretty rough. I mean, this is slightly better. We're doing something on 3. But we'll keep it. I don't think it really matters if we keep a swamp or not there. Put that on Phyrexian. Come on, 2-mana Duder. That'd be a huge help right now, deck. Oh, now you're just messing with me for getting rid of that other land. I see how you are. This is going to be gross if I don't draw a 4th land holding on to all this. And I put one back. Oh, that's going to suck so much. Okay, well, we'll test the water. I'm sure this is a counter here, but... Oh, it wasn't. Intriguing. I would have sworn there would have been a counter or something there. Okay, get lost. Fair enough. No need to counter if you can just kill it. Alright, we'll go with the... Oh, I can't play that yet. Alright, well, I'll play the only thing we can. And there's not a get lost or a counter there. Wow, what is their hand? Just sweepers and wandering emperors or something? Oh, wow. Deck, really? Now you're just messing with me. We're just looking for untapped black source at this point. Oh, Bushwhack doesn't cut it, because Arena tapped my black mana. I should have tapped the colorless. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I should have been thinking about that. I mean, I guess? I mean, I'm not attacking. I assume you have Wandering Emperor, because what else would you be doing there? Okay, Otawara, fair enough. Alright, I guess we'll lead with the obvious. I mean, if all you had was Otawara before, unless you just drew something. The interesting thing, though, is they opted to play the Otawara instead of even have a 5th land, which is really peculiar. I feel like they're kind of looking for a land here. So now it's like, do I believe there's a real chance of them getting like a Wandering Emperor or a Sunfall or something here? But I'm just going to attack them. I mean, if they got it, they got it. You know, we'll just put some pressure on them and just say, hey, if you find it, cool. They're at 5. Yep, they're just going to do that to draw a card and see if they find the land for a Sunfall. They go to 3. They found it, so here comes the Sunfall. If yeah, I was gonna say, if it's not, that's game. It looks like it's game. That game was so weird. Like, I don't know. Some of y'all in the comments tell me, if you play this kind of deck, give me an idea of the type of cards that could be left in their hand, because I don't really know. Because I'm looking at this thinking, they have 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 8 cards. They drew 2 extra ones off Jace. They didn't go for the 5th land and use an Otawara, which means they obviously didn't have Wandering Emperor even here late in the game. But it's like, I mean, maybe they did have Wandering Emperor, but it wouldn't do anything. Well, that's not true. I guess they could have given this -2 or whatever and lived a turn, but I don't know. It's all very weird. We're going to take a win against a control deck, but this feels kind of junky. Not the deck. The win feels kind of junky. Ooh, all right, let's keep it. Oh, that is not the start we wanted to see from our opponents. Alright, we kind of really need to get a 2-mana thing here. Or else this is going to hurt a whole lot. We did not. Oh, man. I'm not sure what to do here. I think we go ahead and go get another swamp just to make sure that when the time comes, maybe sorta, we could play Phyrexian Obliterator. Okay. Good news is those don't do a ton to us, and the opponent missed a land there. So I think I want to go with this first. Because if they do get something like a land and a guy that removes our stuff here, which they might have, I'd rather it be on Fleshgorger than on Glissa. Plus, if we kill that, then we get a 7/5 back, which is much better. There's a possibility they're going to kill this, but, you know, we'll just have to live with it. Coppercoat Vanguard means they can still attack with Thalia here. Alright, we're just going to have to take out one of the other ones, because that's all we can do. And we still gain 3, so that attack didn't hurt that badly. Alright, this is where we have to make a decision. Turning point. I'm going to assume they didn't have a Brutal Cathar. They would have just used that last turn. Could be a very wrong assumption, but in for a penny, in for a pound. The other thing I like about this, too, though, is if we draw an untapped land, we could use Glissa and Tail Swipe to kill something, and that would be relevant. However, though, if that's it, we're about to wipe out a great many things. Boy, I wish we would have had the roaming thrown out already. But you know what? The opponent losing 1, 2, 5 things here is more than plenty. We don't need to get greedy. We would have to pay an extra one, so we have to pay 3 if we target this. Or do we just target Thalia? It would still be 3. I mean, it's whatever, but... Alright. I guess we... Well, here's the thing. If they get rid of this, what do they get rid of? Yeah, I guess we target Thalia. I mean, we're not playing anything else for the turn, so it's fine. And they still got to get rid of 3 things. All right, that's enough. Yeah, the reason I didn't get rid of the Adeline is like, even get rid of 5 would have probably been fine at the time, because I would have had to get rid of probably Thalia, this, that's 2. I guess I could have just killed the Adeline, would have still been better. For some reason, I was just thinking this way, they have to use another card to get rid of this. Maybe we could play 2 things next turn, cause some issues, but yeah, I just played it too safe. I should have just got rid of Adeline and called it a day. I also wasn't thinking, I forgot for a second that I was going to get the extra +1. And then that means for sure I need to get rid of Adeline. Because I was thinking in my head I would be trading a 5/5 to a 5/4 that it was. But you get the additional +1. Now it's a 6/6 to a 5/4 and we don't lose anything. Definitely cannot keep that. This is better. I can respect this. Let's get rid of Vorinclex here. I don't know what the odds are of us actually getting to that. But we're going to have to work on some things along the way. Get to play Cankerbloom next turn? Probably. Unless they play something really threatening here, but... oh boy. The only good news here is, if they do get one of those monsters back and we get to fight it with an Obliterator, oh, it's going to be so good. Don't know if it's going to ever happen, but if it does, oh, it's going to be great. But I think right now their plan is just fill their graveyard, then get the cheaper Reanimate spell. So yeah, our plan is just get to a fight spell, get to Obliterator. I think that's how we possibly win this. Without that, probably going to be pretty ugly. Alright, just going to play a 1/1 Somnifate. Alright, so we got the fight spell. Step 1 complete. I mean, I know putting a creature in the graveyard is good for them, so sure. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Alright. This is probably where some things start dying. They might just go straight to milling themselves, too. Especially if they already have the Reanimator spell in hand. The Emergence or whatever. Yeah, they might already have it. How many permanents do they have? Looks like a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're already over. Okay, so... how fast do we get to Obliterator? Oh, actually, I messed up. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I'm just deciding if I want to kill this or not, but there's no instant or anything in the graveyard for them to play other than Otherworldly Gaze, but we don't care that much about that. Alright, we'll play this and see if maybe we can get 2 cards. I mean, we can still fight with a Glissa if push comes to shove. We don't love that option, but it's something. Alright. Alright, so Otherworldly Gaze. Right now, it's either Titan or Somnophage, and they probably go get Titan if they get the choice. And if they put a shield on the Titan, we actually won't be able to kill it, which is a little bit annoying. Actually, not true. We could attack, they block. First strike would remove the shield, and then we could fight it to kill it. A little bit goofy, but that's one thing we can do here. Alright. So we're still in the ballpark of pulling off what we want here. We're not dead, but it's definitely going to take some work. So we attack, fight. Yeah, I think that's all we do here. What else do they have at the yard? Just a Somnophage? That's not good for us if I use... because I'm like, if we actually get the persistence into play, like, do we get anything good? Right now, the answer is no. Alright, just attack with this then. Oh, they didn't bite. They didn't bite! I thought they were gonna. Savvy opponent you are. Savvy opponent you are. Hey, gotta give opponents credit, though. When they make the right play, you know? Okay, we just end the turn. Curious why they didn't, but so they must not have another emergence or anything. Because if they could, I would think they would just go after the Titan again out of the graveyard. Now they could just give everything minuses here. Ooh, Enrica, that's cool. Lose a life, draw a card. All right. I could have fought Enrica as well, but I think having this to fight the Titan is more important right now. Prankster put stuff in the graveyard. Sounds good. Ooh, did not want to see that go to the yard. That sucks. Okay. We got to start figuring some things out here. Gonna play this because we might just need to lose a lot of life and draw a bunch of cards. I mean, like, that just might be where we are right now. Alright, everything's got to get in there. Opponent, block with what you want to block with. Yeah, that sounds all good. Alright. We have so many triggers. I don't think we're going to draw all the cards. We will stop at some point, but we'll take the first one. No luck there, no luck there. Wow, these have not been great. Okay, this is something. Is that enough? Nah. Okay, that might be where we stop, I think. We're at 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm already going to have to discard cards. I mean, unless I just use a tail swipe here, but I'm going to probably sit on that. I'm going to take one more. Not exciting. All right. We can gain some life, though, so that's fine. Let's discard this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think we need that. And we can discard... Actually, I don't even want to discard any of these. I guess just one of the virtues. Oh, I only have to discard one. All right, never mind. We're fine. All right, let's see what the opponent's doing. They're at 6, so I mean... They've got to do something here that's significant. I mean, it's been good having the fight spells with the death touch and everything, even though we didn't get an Obliterator, because it gave us some ways that we could work around their Reanimator strategy. I am a little concerned if they get this thing back, but it's kind of like, if they do, they do. Because they're only at 6, like, we could still use Glissa and get something big out of the way, and then see what happens. And if the other thing's not bigger than 6/6, we could double Virtue it and still have lethal. Though, honestly, even if they got the enchantment, we could still destroy it with Cankerbloom. We might have just had my favorite thing happen. When you get ahead and your opponent's doing a bunch of stuff and they think they're going to turn the corner, and then you somehow have the game, then they just rope. I don't even mind. This is a time for us to enjoy. Time for us to gloat. I might even have to start bringing back the slow jams when people are roping. But yeah, I think we got this one. Yep. Pass. During the opponent's instep, we're not even going to fight anything. We're just going to take our turn. Play a land. Go ahead and attack. Pretty sure they don't have anything here. Even if they do something to Glissa, we'll fight the Titan in response, and then that's going to be ball game. So we're just going to wait for them to explode. But real talk, don't forget, if y'all really want to support the channel during the holidays, I do have merchandise you could check out. Those should be linked below. You can go to my sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. They really appreciate that. If you're going to be buying any cards with the new stuff coming out, Ravnica Remastered, all that stuff, check that out. That helps a bunch too. Or if you go buy shirts from Into the AM, that also helps too. Use code PowrDragn. That helps over there too. All right, looks like they're going to explode, and that's ball game. Love it. We're going to keep this. I was just thinking, did we go first just once this video? I have been keeping track. I'll have to check in editing. But hey, we've still been winning, so I mean, if you can play something and be winning on the draw, I ain't going to complain, you know? We have to discard a thing. I'm probably just going to discard one of these Scrap Gorgers. And if they want to come after our Scrap Gorgers, so be it. Alright. If we discard next turn, we're probably discarding Vran. Yep. Vran it is. All right. Sure. Sure, if they have another kill spell, it's going to get Glissa here for show. Cavern Bat. Yep. Probably gonna get old Shieldred, I imagine. Not that it matters, because we can just fight stuff. I mean, we can get back whatever if they don't... I mean, their plan might be to kill Glissa here, though. Which could be a real thing. You know, I also could have made it... If I'd have kept Vran in my hand, there is a world where I could have, like... Vran, search for a land, fight a bat, like something like that, you know, like that sequence could have been actually viable. I didn't really think about that. Let's go Phyrexian. All right. What else you got for me? Another kill spell, sure. Guess I should have played the Roaming Throne first. Not really. That was still fine to play there. It's just one of those things where if your opponent draws the removal, you just say, hey, you drew it, you drew it. Congratulations, you earned it. Oh, they have a counter? Oh, you might have a kill spell trying to catch me with my Bushwhack. Nuh-uh. I mean, it's a nifty trick opponent, but, as I say, we were born at night, but it wasn't last night. No attack. Let's see what you got. Because now we can block and kill something. Another Cavern Bat's, like, annoying, but sure. Hopefully they don't have another kill spell. That's what we're looking at right now. Yep. Makes sense. Alright, looks like they don't have it. Let's get green. Remove that. Take our turn. Well, I guess we're playing a Roaming Throne. Removing that. Sure. Alright, their hand's empty. We kind of get everything we want now. We attack, they probably just block there, so we wait. Oh, did they get another kill spell? Gosh, dang it. Alright. Sure. Pass the turn. We can't win the race if we attack there. We have to keep them to just a couple of cards. Did they get another one? I was going to say, like, come on now. Alright. I mean, we have to give up our throne. Alright. Can we get one more fight spell? One fight spell turns this whole thing around. Because then we can use the Scrap Gorger to get a fight spell back. Alright, hey, this is something. This at least gives us a chance. Not a good one, but... you know, it's something. Oh, they picked up a Bitter Triumph. Gosh, dang it. Alright, deck. Bare minimum, we need at least a Shieldred. Actually, no, that wouldn't do it. Hanker Bloom, you aren't it. Alright. Well, we'll at least keep some damage off of us. But hell, even right now, like a Vorinclex might work, since it has Secret Reach. That ain't it. Creature Land would have been nice there. Now we're pretty much dead unless we top deck the exact card. It needs to be a removal card now. If it's not that, we can't win. It needs to be exactly... not exactly, but it definitely needs to be a removal. Yeah, probably too late here, sadly. That's probably a counter since they didn't do anything else with it. Yeah, if they attack with everything, we're still dead here. Because we can only block 3. Yep. All right, GG's. Too late. Ooh. Okay, sure. We get to go first and we get the slowest hand we could get, but that's all right. We have a removal spell. We have some fight things, though we're probably going to use the Bushwhack to go find a land here. Go get a swamp. Pretty much if you're using Bushwhack in this deck, you're almost always going to get a swamp. And use Vorinclex to get your extra forest. Rarely is it going to be the other way, I imagine. Alright, no cut downs. That's cute. Love it. If they play a creature here... Okay, they didn't have it. I was saying that was about to be it, y'all. Like, they did play a creature? Oh. Okay, so this is another Reanimator pile. Yeah, we're going to be removing stuff from your graveyard, opponent. You can bet your butt on that. I think that's what they're looking at. Like, wait, I'm going to put stuff in the graveyard and this thing's just going to eat it? Absolutely, it's going to. And I'm going to take my time here, not even playing the Obliterator. Pass a turn. I can wait to see if they reanimate something or whatever before we even have to use the Scrap Gorger. So we can wait to see what they mill. We can, if they target something with an emergence, we can get rid of it. We can get rid of something during their end step. All right. Now, there is a world where we might want them to go ahead and put something into play. If we... Oh, not that, though. I was going to say, if we think we can get rid of all their permanents. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Yeah, okay. Galta and this thing. We got to get the portal first, though. All right. You got it. Oh, I actually get to remove 2 things with the Scrap Gorger, which is funny. Well, no, that's an activated ability, so we wouldn't, actually. Oh, and that? Oh, gosh. All right, opponent. Way to be rude. Oh, we do get... Okay, let's go ahead and get Atraxa. And then the other, we will get this. We don't automatically die to the other 2. Matter of fact, with an Obliterator, that's probably beneficial to us. But we can keep removing all the relevant things. So I don't think we do anything else here other than activate this. And then just attack with these. Removing this. Alright. End the turn. Opponent's at 12. They have a copy of any fancy spell. Just the Otherworldly Gaze. Sounds good. Yep. Oh, and they just put Shamil in there? Man, they keep it. They have the hits in their deck. Oh. Their reanimation options are fantastic. Yep, that's it, though. Yeah, as the board was set up there, if they would have paid 3 mana to get, let's say, Galta, then we probably let that happen. Because then we could go ahead and just Obliterator and Tailswipe. And 1, 2... Well, there, even if they had, those were all creatures, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, it would have been their whole board. So we go ahead and do that. If they were going to target, like, Chamil or Elish Norn, maybe, we probably still let them have it on Elish Norn. Maybe not. Chamil, we for sure don't let them have it. We would have removed 2 things. So this is a matchup where just, if you get this type of setup, it sort of just depends on what they have, what you want them to get back into play or not. But there, we were kind of in good shape. I was sort of hoping they would have drawn away to kill our Scrap Gorger, so they would feel safe getting something out of the graveyard, and then we just go ahead and go off. But didn't really need it. Okay, so awkwardly, this worked. I didn't think it was going to work as well, but here we are. And I also think in some ways the Cankerbloom was an interesting card to include that kind of worked out. But let's see, we'll talk about a couple things as usual here in a second about the deck and, you know, considerations. But we played 4 Bushwhack, 3 Tailswipe, 1 Vran, 4 Armored Scrap Gorger, 3 Canker Skull, 1 Gix Yawgmoth Praetor, 3 Glissa Sunslayer, 4 Phyrexian Obliterator, 3 Shieldred, 1 Mishra claimed by Gix, 3 Roaming Throne, 1 Vorinclex, 1 Glissa Herald of Predation, 2 Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, 3 Virtue of Persistence, and then some lands. But yeah, there's a few interesting things here to talk about. So yeah, an interesting thing here is some of the fun one-ofs we played were very interesting, but I don't know if I would say they're particularly good. Like Vorinclex, if you don't have it, you can play another Glissa Herald of Predation. I think that's totally fine. You're still at the 5 mana, and honestly, being able to get the Incubate tokens is probably just as good, or if not better, than even getting Vorinclex. So you have those creatures after a sweeper, especially after a Sunfall, so that's actually pretty good. Mishra is kind of nice. I don't know if we need it. It's cool, it's fun, it's gimmicky if you already have out a Roaming Throne, but we could also replace that Mishra with another Roaming Throne if you want to do that as well. But I think Vran was really good. If anything, I think having another like 2 mana thing early would be good, because this deck can draw a lot of hands where you only have stuff that's 3, 4, 5 mana, and that's a little bit tough sometimes. So maybe finding room, if you do cut some of those other cards I've been talking about, instead of replacing them with something, maybe adding in like Loam Speaker, the 1/3 that taps for mana, something like that would be really good for this list too. But just some other options you can think about. I think some mana creatures would probably be the next best option, and a 1/3 is probably pretty good because you can block most of the stuff in the mono red deck. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Viceling. The reason I bring this up is not for a lot of particular reasons, other than this isn't really bulk, another card that's, hey, not bulk if you didn't know. This card goes for about 25 to 30 cents, but it actually is a Phyrexian. It's one of the mini cards that over the years had a creature type added to it as they tried to bring Magic in line. And, you know, this is out before, way before we started talking about Phyrexians heavily, and they decided some cards need to be Phyrexians because they just make sense. So Viceling is also a Phyrexian construct. Now you know. Now, if you enjoyed this deck, because it was Phyrexians and on theme and all that, I get it. But we also had a really fun Boros deck you could check out. That was a bunch of human legends that could do some lethal damage on turn 4. That's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.